righty, here we go. And, South Sydney and the Panthers. A nice little history between the Panthers and South Sydney with Cleary, Coach Cleary, and Coach Bennett. So they're back at it again. Looking forward to this one. No Nathan Cleary, so he's out of the clash. So what do? They did a great job, didn't they, last week? Jack Cole alongside Blaze Talangi. That's not the case this week, folks. That is not the case. He's kept Blaze in the 14 jumper, which means Jack Cole will stay there and Trent Tollau. Trent Tollau to start the game in that famous number 7 Panthers jersey. Dane Laurie, he's back. He goes to fullback. Paul Alamotti goes to the wing. I think that's his spot. He's an absolute gun on the wing. And Tommy Jenkins goes to the centres. So there's the major changes. As far as the Penrith Panthers are concerned, South Sydney have got a gun back. Ken Irvine has 212 tries. There's only one person behind him in the history of the game, Alex Johnston. 195 NRL meat pies is back on that left wing. So it's bit by bit they're starting to come back. He's going to be there. Michaeli Ravalawa keeps his spot on the wing. And as far as other news is concerned, well, that's a bit about it, folks. Isaiah Tass moves into the centres and Campbell Graham is sidelined. So it's a bit of a hungry hippo act over there at South Sydney at the moment. One goes in, one goes out. Anyway, that's South Sydney taking on the Panthers. Always a good affair. Bennett taking on Ivan Cleary. Should be a beauty. We're looking forward to that. SEN have the call. Also have the call of this live at Allianz Stadium. We'll be there, which means you can click on Stadium. If you're going to the game, you can click on Stadium and get the call live. Roosters taking on the Gold Coast Titans, Brian.
Yes, and the Roosters supporters have long memory. So I'm wondering when this man, we're about to play the audio, when he runs on, will he be booed just like Josh Adokar was last weekend? See you. Take it away.
Yeah, it's been a big couple of weeks, for myself and my close ones that know me, and it does take a toll on you mentally and physically. But I made my decision now. I'm here and look forward to, this weekend's game and to finish off the year, where we want to be. And yeah, a couple more years after that. So I'm really excited for what myself and the boys can do. I just had to make a decision, and the right decision. I truly believe I did make the right decision, I love the boys and love the club and love the area. And for myself, being a Queensland boy, I just feel like I needed to be around my family and I need to look after them and I need to look after what's best for me and also, give Des a chance. He's different. He's different, but he's a good different for myself. And
that was David Fifita turning, when he backflipped.
Yes.
Now, I feel that Angus Crichton should go up to David Fifita after the game and not give him the White Lotus treatment, but something similar. Because if David Fifita was at the Johnny Chooks last year, was it last year?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Well, he would have been ushered out and off you go.
That was amazing. Because and the corresponding game, if you recall, Brian, let's reiterate.
Yeah.
They played, the Roosters took on the Titans, and all the talk was around David Fifita. And Angus came out and got a hat-trick.
Yeah, Angus went berserk. So let's look at this team. Let's have a look. There's been a bit of a change in the back line for the... Hang on, let me get back to my thing. Yeah, so Kinney is out.
Yes.
This is... he's out with a neck injury, and he's got to see a specialist. So fingers crossed, because I love watching him play.
Yeah. So number one's going to be whom?
Jalen de Groot. So he just comes in for his second career game at fullback. So they didn't want to upset the halves. They kept the halves in the spot. You would think either one of those two can go back, but there's no foreign. So he is going to make his. He's playing his second game. Good on you, Jalen. Also, your man, Cam Pereira, and he's out with his hamstring, and Jamin Jolliffe is also out with the calf. Chooks, no Connor Watson. So Zach Docker-Clay will be moving into the starting side, but they get back a couple of guns. Nat Butcher and Lindsay Collins
Nat Butcher back.
have been named to return from the injured. They're going to be on the bench, both of them, but I suspect one of them at least will force their way into the starting side.
Buffet candidate too. Team off a win on a plane, taking on a beaten side. Buffet. Yep.
So you're all aboard the Red, White and Blues?
Yeah, all aboard the Chookies.
Okay. All right. They had some strike power, these blokes.
Chooks number 18, Billy Smith. Does he come in?
Slaying him in reserve grade, I'm hearing.
Get him in.
But where? How can you get
Centres.
him in? But for who?
Marky Mark.
So who do you lose on the wing?
Marky Mark's got to go to the wing.
And then, are you Dom Younging?
I'd hate to say it. But I think, yes. I think he's got... So, Marky Mark's got to be in there because we saw what he can do. But defensively, he is sliding on his line, and it's no knock on him. It's just getting used to that position.
Yeah.
I feel that if he gets in on wing, he'll get a better read of how it all works. It's a big ask. This is 4th game in, and you're whacking him in the centres.
Oh, it's a massive ask.
So, and Billy Smith was on fire last year. Remember when he gave? No, it was the year before. He was on fire.
Mate, he was going better than any of the outside backs.
Flying. So
Jeez, I hope he kicks. He is one of the ones I'm in the absolute cheering corner for. We've got another Queensland derby coming up. Dolphins taking on the Broncos. Coach Wolf is desperate for a win. Broncos 2-1, but Coach Maguire not necessarily screaming of enthusiasm the way they're playing. But that's okay. They don't draw pitches on the ladder.
I wonder if Madge is going to buy into the rivalry that Kevy did last year, not mentioning the team's name or referring to them as Redcliffe, not a Brisbane team. Even on the website last year, the Broncos were calling it the Battle, not the Battle of Brisbane. So I thought I'd take you back to last year, and this was Kevy Walters' presser before this game early in the season on the Broncos-Dolphins rivalry.
Have you been surprised at how quickly everyone's embraced it?
No. When I was playing here and another Brisbane team came in, the Crushers, similar feel. Although we're Brisbane and they're Redcliffe, that's a bit different. But it's great for the game. It's been good, and I'm sure all the players and all the fans around Brisbane and across Australia are looking forward to the game on Friday night. It's rivalry, and that's great for rugby league.
It is great, and it's Suncorp. It's the home of the Broncos, but it'll be all red and white and silver and gold or whatever those colours are on the side of the jerseys for the Dolphins. Team news here, gents. Christian Wolf sticks with the same 17 that is still looking for their first win and lost last week to the West Tigers. So that means Jack Bostock and Kulakefu Finifuiaki will start. Connolly Lemuelu is expected to miss a few more games. I think it was not a fracture of the eye socket, but there was some injury there after the round 2 clash, so he's still out. And Kenny Bromwich is again the 18th man. Thought that might have been a change for Christian Wolf to bring in a veteran that's had success down south and a little bit up north.
So, Brian, obviously a name that's not there we thought may be there because they haven't sorted it out. Frankie!
Molo!
No Frankie.
No
What's
Frankie
going on
Molo.
there?
They're still
Not
trying
here.
to sort it
He's
out.
got to pay back.
Not here.
That's an
No.
expensive
Here,
pool.
no Molo.
176,000 for a pool.
For a pool, did you say?
That's what I'm hearing. I hear it was a pool.
Wow.
No, not a White Lotus. A pool.
Oh,
Double O.
Double O.
Hello to you, brothers and cousins of people.
The away team, the Broncos, they have made a change, gents. Could be controversial. So, Katoni Staggs is back in the side. So the grandson of the Japanese pearl diver, Gematsu Shibasaki, is in.
Oh, wow.
Dane Mariner has left.
Yanasoi.
He's out. He's out.
Capitan. Soy Capitan.
He's off the dock. He's out. No Dean Mariner for this one. So there's been some controversial selections to start the season for Madge in his era at the Broncos. This seems like another one. Dane Mariner was try-scoring fiend last year, moved to the centres this year. Cobbo and Arthurs has benefited. But Dane,
the
Dane
Japanese
is out.
The Japanese pearl diver's been going enormous.
And the pearl diver's on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
So they don't have to muck around with that. He's going well. Yanasoi has been on the right. That's where Staggs plays. Soy Capitan.
Okay,
yeah, so Staggs big in the derby. Remember, he was given the "this is our house."
Yeah, and
a few
luckily he's
other
not
words
going
in
on a
there.
plane either. That would have been harsh.
That's right.
You know the Buddy Holly story?
Oh, jeez. Anyway, that's it. What do you think, guys? Dolphins get their first win, or Broncos keep rolling to 3-1?
Far out. I could see an upset here.
Yeah, Payne Haas, he's a superstar. The Dragons take on the Storm, Tourism. Now, this one here, we've got Tyron Wishart joining us tomorrow, and of course, his dad, old ankle boots, high cap boots, French cap boots.
Yes.
He's played in that grand final against the Melbourne Storm back in 1999.
Yeah, where Timo had the line wide open.
I know.
Pass it, Chock.
Chock,
just flick it up to him.
Mate, remember that, and you don't need a lanyard when you come and call a game from the studio either, Timo. Anyway, Dragons take on the Storm, Tourism.
Yes, I can confirm Tyron Wishart, he takes over at halfback from Jerome Hughes. So Grant Anderson, he moves to the centres to replace Nick Meaney.
Didn't he get injured?
Grant Anderson,
Meaney's
he
out.
came back.
Meaney's out.
Meaney's out.
No, but Anderson got injured in the
Yeah,
game
he was on
too.
the mind.
Nah, but
Knee. It was in round 1, Shug. I think the knee, or did
Okay.
he do something else?
He did do himself in this game, but it was on the mind. He came back. He wanted to go back.
Himself.
on.
Anyway,
He did
you're fine.
himself. Lucky man.
Yeah.
Will Warbrick,
yes, Tasman.
he returns from concussion to go on the wing. Fletcher's man at the gym, Latherus, Valapu, he comes in for Nelson Asafa-Solomona. And Bronson Garlick, he comes in at number 14 with Wishart in the starting side. Speaking of Tyrone Wishart, he was on with us last year on the Run Home with Joel and Fletch. And here's what he had to say about being from the Dragons.
How does a Gerringong local kid end up in Melbourne and just gets bypassed by either the Dragons? Tell us how you ended up at the Storm.
Yeah, well, I was with the Dragons through the juniors and everything. I did SG ball with the Steelers, and then went into Jersey Flag with the under-20s from there. And then had a couple of pre-seasons with first grade just on a train and trial, but I just couldn't quite crack the top 30 squad. And then I think it was 2021, I was just playing New South Wales Cup and had an injury, actually. I did my ankle pretty bad, and then I got a call pretty much halfway through my rehab from the Storm, which was, it was a bit of a shock, but they wanted me straight away and into that full-time squad, and I jumped at it.
Tyrone Wishart, some boy, Brooksy's boy. He absolutely loves him, wants him to come home.
He's not coming home.
No. Speak.
Sorry, mate.
Speaking of the Dragons, Toby Couchman, he moves into the starting side. And David Clemmer, he's going to make his debut off the bench for the Dragons. Young back rower making his debut, Dylan the Eagle Egan. He comes onto the interchange bench. He's also extended, I believe, as well, Brooksy. He's with the Dragons, so he comes off for his NRL debut. Blake Laurie and Raymond for Taylor Mariner, they drop to the reserves. And Moses Sully, he's been named to play despite a rib injury in round 2 against Souths.
Can I just ask, did you anoint Dylan the Eagle Egan?
No, I did not. That was from the St. George.
Oh, okay.
They call him the Eagle.
They call him the Eagle. Okay.
Now I've told a Porky I was going to use this for the Dragons, the fortune cookie, but I've decided to help out one of our listeners, our great mate Mitch from Robinson. So Mitch said this: what I'd give for a Jalen DeGroot tonight. Come on, Mrs. Mitch from Robinson. So what I'm going to do, Mitch from Robbo.
He's a young fullback at the Titans.
You, my friend, are getting the fortune cookie.
True Love Tuesday.
Mitch, read into this what you will. He that can have patience can have what he will.
Oh,
very apt.
You got to wait another year, Mitch. You got no Jalen until 2026.
You might get a former halfback for the Dragons. Kick on the sideline. or a 14th.
Fletch, let's go to Queensland Country Bank Stadium, folks. The Cowboys chasing their first win of the season, taking on the Raiders. Big win, big game up for grabs, that is. Raiders on the road again after being lapped by the Manly Seagulls. So shortish turnaround, 6-day turnaround for the Raiders. Team news, 1-17 at this stage for the Cowboys. However, Zach Laybutt, who had the ACL injury last year, he's on the reserve. So Todd Payton is a big fan of Zach Laybutt, so he may be a chance for the Raiders. Now, there is no Morgan Smithies. Morgan Smithies is out of the clash due to concussion from last week, which means Corey Horsburgh goes back to the lock position, basically the same these days for many teams. And Joe Tarpany is back into the side, which means that Trey Mooney stays on the bench. And that's about all she wrote. It's a big game coming up, this one here, and looking forward to that. But, Brian, is this the day for the Cowboys? Let's go to the fortune cookie. Is this the one? Can they get the job done here, Brian?
Okay, let's have a look. Play the music, please. Seal doesn't know where it is. Okay, if you're a Cowboys supporter, again, read into this what you will. This is right. You will soon be travelling to a distant place. And that distant place is the bottom of the table.
Warriors,
round 5. No. All righty, there you go, folks. That's the Raiders and the Cowboys. Let's go down to Shark Park. This will be absolutely pumping. The Sharkies and the Dogs. What say you, Brian Fletcher?
Okay, the Dogs, same 17 as last week. Bailey Hayward, our Bailey Hayward that we love. We want to sponsor him. Don't know how we can do that. But I thought he was very good last week. But they're going to have to show more in attack against his mob.
Yep.
If they want to win this game, they're going to have to. You can't just keep running from dummy half and pop gun kicks.
No.
You've got to start running with a bit of vigour.
They missed the hang time of Burton, didn't they?
Now you've got to poke your nose through the line, as they say. And there's only one change for the mighty Sharks. Braden Hamlin-Ueli with that ankle, he's gone. But the Goulburn The Goulburn Giraffe.
Is he back?
Tommy Hazelden is back. He returns from the back injury, and he's on the bench. And that's it. That's the only changes. $4 you can get, or $3.90 you can get. Chances are you're about to lose. I don't mind that. What's the start there, please, Shug?
I don't have it in front of me,
Thank
Brian. I will get, I think it's about 9.5.
And Bronson Cherry back for the first time after 5 years, after he got pinched being a naughty boy. He's back against his former club.
Can't the Goulburn Express find a try?
Oh, I love the GE.
Can't he find a try, the Goulburn Express, Tommy Hazelden? There you go. That's going to be a massive game. The Bulldogs taking on the Sharkies. And with respect to the ladder, that game might have top 4 implications come the end of the year. Rightio, let's move on to... Here we go again, Brooks.
Brookie, it's Manly and Para. Well, interesting now with the DCE situation. You've got Dylan Brown and DCE in this game.
Yeah.
2 blokes that might not be in their respective clubs in 2026.
One won't
We'll
be.
wait and see. Yeah, we'll wait and see.
Both won't be there.
Hey, the
Yeah, I know. Might. Yeah.
No, not mine. Not.
You reckon not? You don't reckon?
No,
they can
won't be
salvage
there.
it. No salvage?
No salvage.
No crowd.
Fred salvage.
Okay. All right.
Brooksy,
Yes.
question for all.
Yes.
And please may the answer be no. He won't get booed, will he, Brookie? Daly Cherry Evans?
Payne Haas got booted at Broncos when
Dylan
he was
Brown got-
when he's,
please.
Yep.
if you're a Manly supporter and you boo Daly Cherry Evans, that whole group is going as you're my A grade.
You're an A grade. You
Monday A
cannot
grade.
boo Daly Cherry Evans. You cannot. Cannot.
Nah, they can't.
Okay.
They
play on.
shouldn't. It should be sold out there. Maybe the Eels fans might get behind the hill and start booing. I don't know. But the Eagles, they're number 1 on the back of the jersey and in their hearts. Tommy Trbojevic returns after missing the Canberra match. His hamstring tightness is gone. He's back. Lehigh Hopewadi pushes to the wing. Clayton Fulalalo is the 18th man. He drops out of the side. Taniela Paseka's injury. He's gone for the season. Sees Aloy
that's an
move
out.
to the starting side. And Nathan Brown definitely will be on the bench.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. He will be on the bench against his former club.
Probably.
Probably.
So
Eels.
lazy.
2 changes. There's been 2 changes made. Sean Russell and Daniel Keir come into the side. Jordan Samrani and Sam Tuivasa make way, and Joe Hoffa-Hangawe will play game number 200 in the NRL. That's snuck up.
That has.
That's a sneak. And look for the Eels supporters out there. Let's have a little bit of divine intervention from this.
Oh,
Oh, hang on. This is a good omen. Oh, no, it's not.
it's open.
It's really soft. A bit like this.
Oh.
Oh, no.
The left edge.
Oh, here we
Oh,
go.
no.
Here we go, Parramatta Eel supporters.
Yeah.
Is this an omen? Be prepared to accept an exciting opportunity in the future.
Oh, they don't want that.
Dylan Brown.
No.
Daily.
Oh,
Topical.
Very topical.
Really?
Oh.
Be prepared to accept an exciting opportunity in the future. DCE. Going to the
jeez.
Eels. So let it be written. So let it be done.
All right, so let's go to Campbelltown. Tourism.
West Tigers, they name an unchanged side. So Jarrell Skelton and Samuel Afanu have both been named despite being knocks in the last game at KO Stadium. For the Warriors, just 1 change to the side that beat the Roosters. Adam Pompey, he shifts to the wing.
Oh, he does.
Yes, with Roger Tuivasa out.
Dessert.
And get yourself a bowl.
oh, he's
A
back.
couple of scoops, some chocolate sauce, and a handful of nuts because Rocco Berry, he has been named to come into the
Yeah.
centres
Yes.
after overcoming the shoulder injury. To Marty Martin, the 18th man.
Okay, you know what we forgot to say then? Jam half a flake right in there as well.
That's right.
You like flakes?
Oh, crumble that bastard over.
Have
Absolutely.
you ever
yeah.
heard? Remember that there was an urban myth saying that
Yeah, the
flakes
scraps.
were the scraps on the
Yep.
floor and they just whack them together?
Yep.
I don't believe that. It's a bit like the Nivea. Not Nivea.
What's an Nivea?
Evian.
What's that one?
The water.
The water.
Oh.
So the two blokes in America said, I bet you I could sell this bottle of water in the 80s. And one bloke said, there's no way. So they came up with Evian. Evian sped backwards is naive.
Oh.
I don't think it's a great radio chat. Oh.
I'll give you another one as we go to the break.
Stale. It's stale.
Teamless Tuesday, thanks to quality you can rely on. Build it with Bostik. I'll give you one, boys. Have you ever been driving the car and you are at conflict with your partner around the temperature in the car? Do you often find that? Maybe you and Britt are at sort of different levels?
I tell you this.
You got the jewel.
My car, my AC.
Yep.
My car, my radio.
Yes.
No one in the back seat or the passenger seat can touch that dial.
They can't click
They
on the
can't.
feedback.
Don't you have Alaskan Artist Jewel aircon?
No.
So you can put like 18 degrees on the left, 22 on the right.
Yeah, I do. But what do you do?
No, so fact, I've been doing a lot of research. Andrew Huberman, the Huberman Lab,
the
and he
lab.
was talking about, interviewed this lady from Sweden about saunas and ice baths. Fact, the comfortable level for a man is 22 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, ladies.
And the comfortable level for a female is 24 degrees Celsius. So that's why you quite often have partners in a car disputing around the air conditioning levels.
So we
23.
We heat that. Heat up more.
We're comfortable at 22. Girls are comfortable at 24. Fact.
I think you would find the international perfect temperature is 21.5 to 21.75.
Yes,
It is.
It is.
In casinos all around the world.
All cool story. Hansel would have been good there too.
Buy or sell coming up after this. Buy or sell coming up.
You're still here? We'll see more on the Joel and Fletch socials and catch us live on SEN Radio. Because if you don't, you're an A grade. But if you do, you're the absolute Mickey.